friends? Litecoin Lawton again, back on this beautiful Saturday, May 6th. I hope you guys are doing great out there. This is the craziest time in human history to be alive, as far as this financial situation. And if you guys are paying attention to the charts and with like human history, and these cycles that continue to move, like there's 80-year cycles, there's 40-year cycles. There's crazy generation wars basically every 80 years, you guys. And I don't want this to happen. I want people to bring peace to the world. And I'm going to get right into the charts tonight. I hope you guys are doing great out there. It is amazing time to be alive. I hope you guys, I hope you guys got your food and you got some trading abilities and you have some resources in mixed bags, because you're going to have to trade some chickens for some silver or Bitcoin or Litecoin or Doji. One of those two, you guys. I guess with PP coin, you guys are going to have to like trade that now. So I think whatever people are going to transact in, that's not going to be the traditional system, is going to be the thing that comes out of this changing. Okay. And there's a whole paradigm shift, okay, here, you guys, that's going to happen. And I really don't know what's going to happen, okay? But I think that there might be a credit freeze. Like your credit cards are not going to work anymore, okay? And the whole credit system will probably seize up in like this one, like illiquid globule, that just, it was moving, but then it wasn't. And then it's just going to freeze. And so no one's going to be able to pull out money, and the whole banking, it's going to be a digital freeze, right? But guess what's going to be working? Okay. Bitcoin, cryptos are going to be working. They are battle tested. They've survived the deepest and darkest places in the world, you guys. Okay. We are getting this bearish divergence on the daily. And this could be what we're, experiencing right now. I did want to go to, this is the chart, you guys, of Bitcoin, okay, right now on cryptos. I do analysis on Bitcoin first because it is the king, and, a lot of the market does follow this. That being said, we do have these, rare diamonds in the rough that show themselves. But, Bitcoin right now has this, there's this area, down in this, $20,000 range, you guys. And then, it's pretty like in this $20,000 range, this is the point of control, okay, on the VPBR. So when I'm looking at this chart, I do think a test of this golden fib, okay, is going to happen. And either, if it happens, if it doesn't happen right now, then we're going to go visit this again. I just think there's going to be this you're going to have this like springboard, okay? And this thing's going to probably hold. And then it's just going to like shoot up. You guys, it's just going to do like one of these, it's going to do one of these, okay? One of these like $10,000 in one day moves. And it's going to surprise everybody. I think this next crypto bull run, you guys, is going to be the most hated in history. And I'll go down on record saying that I want to document this whole process, because I want to document it for my kids. I want to document it for humanity. And the fact that we're so early to the party right now, I want to just stress that, you guys, we're so early to the party right now. The Bitcoin hash rate is reaching all-time highs. So the network is more valuable and more secure than ever before. And this thing cannot be 51% attacked anymore. Proof of work is the smartest play right now, you guys. At proof of stake, I think there's a ability to stake Bitcoin and Litecoin now. So proof of stake, I think they're going to at least, I think they're going to classify it as a security, okay? Because I think that the U.S. government, gonna have to, and that's why they have had a hard time with ETH, is because it changed from proof of work to proof of stake. And so it was not a security, and then it became a security when it became proof of stake. So we need more regulation for these big players to come in, and they're itching to come in, you guys. They're just not entering quite yet, you know. Litecoin hash rate, you guys, like my Litecoin family, you guys, I hope you guys are doing it. Charlie Lee, I love you, man. I hope you guys are doing great. You know, MIT, that is an amazing organization, and the senior class at least looks into Litecoin. I feel like every year, so we have the brightest minds, you know, constantly developing the thing in the background, I believe. So Litecoin, that's part of the reason I love Litecoin is because they don't mess with the code all the time. We just do this like one or two updates in its history that are these like memorable, important updates. Because I don't want my money to be changing around. I don't trust, you know, coins that are constantly, you know, updating and changing their, you know, changes to their mainnet. I feel like it's a they might be upgrading, but it's just like it's hard for me to trust my money that's constantly being digitally spliced up, right? I like things that have been proven and been battle tested and be audited. So, you know, as long as there's an auditor in the background, apparently that didn't help the banks. Okay. I think right now we're on this amazing, I still believe in the stock to flow. Uh, you know, I still think this thing is gonna pop, you guys. I think we're gonna correct here. Okay, we're gonna correct back to this level pretty violently, and you know, because the amount of money in the world, this is what has to flow. Like visually, like look how much money, okay, compared to crypto, right? And silver. It's this like fraction. It's like this. It's like a tidal wave. If 1% of all this money came in, you guys, and look at the derivatives. I'm just scrolling. Okay, I'm still scrolling. This is how much, and it's going to collapse. Okay, so this whole pyramid basically collapses into this top tier, this zero counterparty risk. Okay, so this is what we need to. This is the whole next revolution of separation of money and state, and the elimination of the middleman, because there's machines, there's better ways to do it, there's AI, there's lots of different ways to skin this cat that's fair. And I think that the day of sanctions is coming to an end. And I always thought that sanctioning other countries was a kind of a bad idea, because you're basically weaponizing your money. You're making them not want to use this money because you can control it, and you can tell them, you can turn off and on switches that affects the money. And in the money sense, like you want to have money be free and fair, and the weaponization of money is something that I think that's the next big evolution in mankind. And whether or not certain people out there agree or not, the United States is positioned right now to benefit the most from cryptos because of its infrastructure and because of all the energy we have right now, that we could get ahead in the race with clear regulations. So I pray for peace. I pray for sanity to prevail. I can't stand these anti-crypto bills, you guys. Obviously, we need fair and proper money for a free society. And if you are going to put us in bonds and create these bonds, and you're going to create bondage, and I want people to get out of that bondage and live life to their fullest extent and have a system, you know, that benefits them, instead of just like this horrible game of musical chairs that just prevails. Okay. And that's what happens. It's like these dominoes are falling, you guys. And these things, I love the cartoonists out there. Okay. I feel like the cartoonists throughout history have been so pivotal in my like upbringing, right? It's brighten my day. So I do, you know, enjoy my cartoons, you guys. So I hope, bear with me. I'll get back to the charts. You know, the system right now, I think it's breaking. I think it broke in like 2008, and it's been kind of on life support. And now it's like coming into they've created this like bubble of ball bubbles, And the question mark in my mind, okay, is whether or not, you know, is cryptos in a position now that it's going to decouple from the regular stock market? Can cryptos decouple from this regular stock market? Because the stock market's doomed, equities are doomed, bank stocks are all doomed. If you're shorting this thing, make money on this thing on the way down. Okay, so like make money on the way down. They're gonna hate that. Okay, they hate that. They're definitely gonna hate that. So be careful that they could change the rules and make short sellers of bank stocks, illegal or whatever. Hopefully they don't, but they could, right? So they can change the rules because they're the government, and that's why we need a fair system, you guys. And I think once everybody gets on board and they eliminate the fear, I think once that fear is gone, then I think this thing is going to really have a chance to blossom. Okay, and the financial services are not doing well. These are all the different ones. It's kind of blurry. But we're here, you guys. This adoption curve, we're going to accelerate. I've said it before, but this adoption curve where we're so early in the game here, you guys, and this thing is going to start accelerating. Cheers to everybody out there. Happy Saturday. We're so early. We haven't had Apple, we have had 2 countries. Okay. So I'm going to get in the charts. I'm going to get into detail here, you guys. The RSI right now, I'm on the weekly. So I'm going to zoom out first and I'm going to kind of zoom in. We are, not oversold, not overbought. We're kind of we're reaching that overbought territory. We did have a blue cross. I'd like to combine the hash ribbons indicator and the RSI. I think it's a kind of very helpful to see them side by side. So that's what you're seeing in the top right here. On the daily right now, we're basically neutral on the RSI. And the hash ribbons we flashed back in January, but we haven't had that red dot. So that red dot is basically we're having some sort of minor capitulation, and things are not looking so great for the miners at that point in time, because you have all the little baby miners are turning off basically at that point, and it's signaling that you're going to have this drop in hash rate, right? So that's how I view this indicator, you guys. We'll go into Litecoin real quick. Litecoin is still, it's getting to that oversold on the daily. Okay, so that's really good. I love buying Litecoin in oversold conditions. On the weekly, we're about neutral. Okay, but we did have a buy, again in January on the hash ribbon. So that's really good. Zooming in now. I'm gonna just go to the 4-hour real quick. I want to show you guys. I'm kind of seeing this like head and shoulders play out. Okay, and so this is actually a head and shoulders. Then the drop here, you guys, is actually down. Down to this level right here. So it would be crazy if it comes down, but we could have this like capitulation move, you guys, down to this, I would say probably, the VPBR is saying the point of control is about 56. So I could see this test. I don't think we're going to get down to this yellow line, but we could definitely come down to this, VPBR on this 56. But I think then after that, we're going to have this violent correction. Okay, we're gonna have one of these. Okay, and I think that the halving coming up, I think this is going to be like real explosive. If this actually plays out, this is like, I don't know if this is going to play out. So if it breaks it's not confirmed yet. Okay, so this head and shoulders is not confirmed. I just want to put that out there. It's not confirmed, but we are having these like multiple bearish divergences forming on Litecoin. ETH right now, we have a bearish divergence forming. But, again, on the, let's see, on the MACD, we're almost having this cross. We almost came. So this is why we got to wait for confirmation. Okay. We don't want to get into a trade too early because this is actually not confirmation right now. Bitcoin definitely is not confirmation. Litecoin, pitching down. What was I saying on the weekly? Was the weekly okay? So the weekly on Litecoin, we're just at a bearish cross. Okay, so that's not super great. But on the monthly, we had this basically we had this cross already. Okay, so on the monthly, this is like long term, you guys. And on the monthly, Litecoin did have a bullish cross. Okay, you know, ETH hasn't done it yet. Sheeb not not eligible yet. Digibyte, I love Digibyte. We're on the monthly, so it's curling back over right now. We've been on a cross for the MACD, you guys. This is the MACD. So the MACD is an indicator I really love. You guys, if you guys want to learn what I do and what some of these indicators are pointing to, let me know. I'm looking at them with you live. I do some charting before, but you know, I'm seeing some things in the charts. I love Digibyte. This coin, you guys, if you guys don't know this coin is a pretty amazing coin. And shout out to all my homies and all my subscribers out there, my family. If you guys are watching, dude, shout out. I love you guys. Cheers, you guys. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody's doing great. You know, this world is crazy. So get your stuff together, get your heads on straight, take care of your bodies, take care of your family, take care of your dogs, you know, pack up a little bit more food than general. It's not all about money and all about, you know, the gains. Let's talk about silver, you guys. Okay, let's change speeds a little bit. Physical metals are doing amazing right now. Silver is really starting to break out. It just basically breaking out of this longer term, and this goes back to February 2021. So this is this descending broadening wedge that we actually just used as support here, and now we're basically on a strong buy. Okay, I haven't seen. I've been waiting for this for silver. And gold is, you know, the problem is I guess JP Morgan is like the biggest short in history on gold right now. And I think that's a really poor decision. I think it's worth more than like their company. Okay. That's how much short they are on gold. Um, but if this cup and handle actually plays out, you guys, that's bad, super bad for like JP Morgan. That's the number one bank, you guys. And that's like, that would basically be a nail in the coffin if gold actually breaks out right now. Okay, so you guys, let's hope that gold at least goes sideways, right? Actually, because if gold breaks out right here, you guys, you know, I love all my gold bugs out there. You guys are gonna win in the end, right? But the process is going to be so painful, right? So like the whole like system, you guys, this thing, as this thing collapses upon the top, you know, the top assets here, the least amount of counterparty risk, as soon as this thing, the trust starts waning and this thing starts, you know, capitulating, it goes fast, right? That's quadrillions of dollars, you guys. This is like baby money. Okay, this is baby pittance. Okay, of the silver market, even the gold markets. I think it's like 5 trillion, right? Like how much money can be absorbed into that at one point in time? Like it's going to be crazy. I think the system is teetering right now, you guys. And I want you to be safe. I want you to be smart, and I need you to take care of your house and your plants and your soil and your family and your security, and take a little bit, you know, invest in your community, you guys. Also, I was like, and know your neighbors. If you have neighbors, you can't afford to be out in the middle of the farmlands, then know your neighbors at least, because you guys are going to be in it together. And you know, as this thing capitulates, it's going to be very interesting what happens. Okay, so please be careful out there. You know, be safe. If you guys do want me to go into, I'm not going to go into the PP coin, okay? But I wish you guys luck on on your journeys. I wish everybody the financial blessings, and you make those numbers go up. I hope this is helpful. I hope that you guys got something out of this. Please educate your family and your friends. That is the number one thing in cryptos that is inhibiting this adoption curve. Okay. And this adoption curve is happening. And this plane is going to start accelerating here. And Bitcoin's not going to be a very good money because it's going to be so volatile. It's going to have these like $10,000 swings. No one's going to want to sell Bitcoin in this area. Okay. Because it's just going to be like pumping and like, we haven't even seen pumping yet is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Okay. So get in early. This is super early. We're early adopters still, this basically at this phase. And when we get in, I want you to be able to tell your kids, hey, I saw this coming and I bought a little bit, and it doesn't have to be a lot. You can buy partial fractions of a coin, right? So some people don't know that, which is crazy. So you guys help people, get more comfortable with cryptos. Once you start getting involved in it, it really is easy. And it really is amazing the power of the decentralized network. Satoshi created this masterpiece, you guys. He's the Da Vinci of our time. Charlie Lee, you guys are amazing. Litecoin Lawton, I hope you guys do great. Like, out. Peace.